find your lack of faith disturbing.
Gotcha!
SmashMouth Footballerz. Introducing Nic Tate, Joe Caldero, Chad Young, SmashMouth Footballerz.
Hey, welcome to SmashMouth Footballerz. I'm Nic Tate. And guys, guess what? Today I'm going to give you some inside predictions on Thursday's night's games. Now, the guys, they couldn't be here today, so you get to get that one-on-one experience with me today. I'm so excited about this game. And if you're not, you really don't know what's going on, because these are two teams with both high upsides, and they also have a lot of unpredictability. And I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, I'm a Jaden Daniels fan. I have become a Krosky Merritt fan, the Bill fan. And being able to see these guys perform, I'm so excited. So let me go down to the basis. They're going to be playing at Lambeau Field, right? So when you're looking at your fantasy picks for the week, you're going to make sure that you're getting the most upside for each player that you got. So if you do have Krosky Merritt, maybe you have Austin Eckler, and they're on your bench or they're in your flex, you kind of want to know what's going on. Well, so I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be a sunny day, 65 degrees, so it's going to be great weather. So there's going to be some passing games going on, all right? Let me see what we got going on. Last week with the Packers, man, they did amazing. I didn't expect this going in this season. I didn't expect them to be so explosive at the beginning of the season the way they were. Because last year, if you remember, they just seemed so unsure who their main wide receivers were, who they were going to throw the ball to. A lot of people couldn't catch stuff here and there. You saw some glimpses of hope. But the most consistent thing on the Green Bay Packers last year was Josh Jacobs. And this year, he still did exactly what Josh Jacobs does. He had 19 carries and 66 yards. He averaged 3.5 yards a carry, and he got a touchdown. Now, that's pretty good for a flex running back, in my opinion. It's not something I want out of my number one running back. I can understand this being an off week, so hopefully going into next week, Josh Jacobs blows up and does what Josh Jacobs does, especially for those guys who fantasy owners who have Josh Jacobs, because we drafted him pretty high. Most people picked him up in the late second round, maybe the third, or earlier than that. Some people even picked him up earlier than that because he was such a good asset last year. Jordan Love, he threw for 188 yards. He did 16 attempts with 22 attempts with 16 completions, and he passed for 2 touchdowns. It's pretty good. I mean, it's an average. I mean, that's an average quarterback in fantasy, and that's what we like. Depending on how we build our team, if you got Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, those more explosive elite quarterbacks, you expect a lot more, especially because you're going to pick them so early in your fantasy value. We did see Romeo Doubs have 2 receptions for 68 yards, and we saw Jalen Reed for 3 receptions for 45 yards and 1 touchdown. Also, Tucker Kraft, he got the first touchdown of the game. He had 2 receptions as well. Josh Jacobs was even throwing the ball 1 time for 4 yards. Now, looking at this, it's showing me that Jordan Love is passing the ball around a lot. They're not staying with one consistent player. You're looking at 2 passes to Romeo Doubs, 2 passes to Jaden Reed, 2 passes to Domianian Wicks. You're looking at Tucker Kraft, Matthew Golden. Josh Jacobs got 1. Luke Musgrave got 1. So the thing is, the love is getting spread around from Jordan Love, right? Jordan Love. I mean, come on, guys. So picking a wide receiver on this team for me right now, fantasy-wise, I'm not into it, okay? Because I don't see a lot of value. I mean, if Jaden Reed did not score this week, he would not be fantasy relevant to me. because I'm trying to win, guys. I mean, I know you guys are too. Now, going into this year, Tucker Kraft, he also did a rushing one. He rushed the ball one time for 3 yards. That means they're getting him in the game. Looks like Tucker Kraft is getting more involved. I still don't see him as somebody that I got to pick up today as a tight end, but I am going to be watching him. Hey, look, he could be a great stash on your bench, and if he blows up, if the team becomes more dependent on him, you got in there for yourself. All right. Going into the Commanders area last week, Jaden Daniels threw for 233 yards, 30 attempts, 19 completions. He threw for 1 touchdown. Krosky Merritt, gosh, I'm so excited to see this guy. I have drafted him in every single league that I have. I watched a lot of the highlights in the preseason. I watched a lot of film in the camps, a lot of chatter, knowing that they traded away their number 1 running back for Krosky Merritt to be in the running game. Oh, my God, it was great. So Krosky Merritt had 10 carries for 82 yards, and he got a touchdown, while Jaden Daniels himself was the second highest with 11 carries and 68 yards. And we know how that is. Jaden Daniels was going to scramble, made a lot of plays that were for first down, so forth, so on. Austin Eckler, he got a lot less of the share in the rushing game. He got 6 carries for 26 yards. He had a 4.3 average, while Krosky Merritt had an 8.2 average. So it looks like the old Bucky Irving White in Tampa Bay situation. White starts the season off as number 1. Bucky Irving takes over. White just becomes a fill-in here and there. And this honestly could be what's going to happen. The one guy that may be fantasy relevant on this team in the wide receiver core that you're like, is he not? It's Deebo Samuel. Okay, so we had a lot of chatter from Deebo Samuel from camp, preseason, everything else. Deebo's involved. He's a new Deebo. This isn't the old Deebo. Oh, my goodness. Deebo Samuel, he had 7 targets, 7 receptions. He had 10 targets, 7 receptions, 77 yards. He averaged 11 yards per reception. Oh, my goodness. You're looking at 7 points just on catches alone, especially if you're doing PPR, and then you're getting the yards as well. So Deebo Samuel had an average of 14 to 15 to 16 yards. 15, 16 points in your fantasy. That is great numbers for a wide receiver, especially if you got him late in your draft. So if you honestly had Jamar Chase, and then all of a sudden you ended up with Deebo Samuel somewhere along the line in a flex or a fill-in, you won the battle there, I promise you. Okay, and the only question we got to ask ourselves, is he the same Deebo from the 49ers? Deebo blows up one game, doesn't do nothing the next. Blows up one game, doesn't do nothing for 2 or 3 games. That's not the Deebo we want to see. Hopefully he isn't going to be that, and we're going to see a lot more Deebo. All right? Austin Eckler got three catches as well on 3 targets. Great job. Terry McLaurin, he was targeted 4 times. He was targeted late. Also, they kind of went through a couple quarters without giving him anything. And Terry McLaurin got 2 catches for 27 yards. So that just kind of makes me think we had a lot of chatter also again in the camp. So, well, Terry McLaurin went there. He was waiting to sign a contract. He didn't get involved. Maybe a little further down the line, he becomes more involved, more explosive, more fantasy relevant. As it stands, I wouldn't put him back in. I'm going to keep him in and try him another week. I do have him in 2 leagues. I'm going to go ahead and keep him in. But if I could stash him and put somebody more relevant in there, I'm going to sit back and watch how Terry McLaurin gets involved in this Washington game. Now, I believe Terry McLaurin will, because Washington has put their money where their mouth is. They are trying to go to the Super Bowl. I can see it. All the moves are to win the season out, to get to the playoffs, to get to the Super Bowl. And I'm excited about this. This team right here is one of the ones I want to watch. This one, Tampa Bay, oh my goodness. Honestly, I want to see Baltimore Ravens as well. All right, Zach Ertz got involved, 3 catches on 5 targets with 1 touchdown. Now look, there was at least 2 or 3 opportunities where Zach Ertz was in the end zone. I know he dropped to where he was targeted, so he's that end zone threat. You don't have to get him high. He could be a fill-in tight end on your bye weeks. Whatever. Zach Ertz is a must-stash for need be during injury or whatever. And we've done seen it. George Kittle's hurt. So, like, hey, look, George Kittle, you got George Kittle. Zach Ertz is not a bad fill-in, guys. That would be one of the guys I'd be targeting, trying to get him off waivers. If you don't want to use one of your waiver picks, you wait till, everyone's done processed and you pick him up for free. No one's going to go get him because he's older. He doesn't have that young vibe yet. But I'm going to tell you right now, I think this guy's going to blow up this year. I think Zach Ertz, he's not going to be a number one tight end, but I guarantee he's in the top 5 to 7 tight ends for the season. All right. Krosky Merritt was targeted one time. He didn't catch the ball. All right, going in the game for the weekend, Commanders against Green Bay. Right now, Las Vegas predictions are stating 59.2% chance that Green Bay wins this game. A lot of it's going to be home field advantage. They say Lambeau Field is very hard to play in, especially if you're not from Lambeau. Right now, I'm going to tell you right now, watching Washington, they didn't care that they went to New York. They didn't care who they played. They blew up. I'll tell you right now, Washington is going to do everything they can to win this game. Don't count them out just because they're at Lambeau Field. Washington took on the New York Giants last week, and they were explosive. They didn't put nothing down. They were the first ones to score. They held New York to 6 points. Come on, guys. They didn't let Russell Wilson do anything. He had 37 passing attempts on 17 receptions for 168 yards. He scrambled 8 times for 44 yards. Tyrone Tracy didn't do much. I'm telling you right now, Washington has done a lot of moves to up their defense. They're a strong team, but this is going to be a good game because if both of them come with their A game, it's going to be kind of like that Baltimore Bills game from over the weekend. It's going to be one of the ones you're going to watch. You're going to be excited to watch. They're going to score. They're going to dominate each other. They're going to stop each other, and it's going to be awesome. If not, you're going to have one that's going to dominate over the other one because they're going to get out of that zone. Like I said, both teams have the tendencies to be flaky. So with that, you could get either or, right? The game itself, let me go back. So for the game itself, they're doing the over at 48.5. So you're looking at both teams scoring 24 points. That's what Las Vegas is kind of telling you. That means I want to put these players in. Reason being, if Vegas thinks they're going to get close to 48 points, I'm looking at somebody scoring. You know what I mean? And it's going to be Josh Jacobs. It's going to be Krosky Merritt. It's going to be Deebo Samuel, right? It's going to be Zach Ertz. It's going to be Jaden Daniels. Jordan Love's going to be throwing passes. So if you need a wide receiver, I don't really kind of go Green Bay Packers wide receivers right now because, like I said, Jaden Reed, he was their number one. He got three passes. That's not what I'm looking at. I'm looking for the guy who's catching. Zach Ertz got 3 and an end zone touchdown, and he was looked at multiple other times. And that's a tight end. So I'm telling you right now, I would pick Deebo Samuel, wide receiver, over the Commanders. I'm going to pick Krosky Merritt. He is showing so much promise. He is dominating that field. He's getting an 8.8% running average. Jaden Daniels, you got him. You better slot him. You better play him because this guy's hot. He's on fire. They're going to play big. Packers, Jordan Love. He's gonna throw the ball. So if you're looking for somebody who's going to get you a lot of targets, hit some receivers, gonna make some touchdowns, it's going to be Jordan Love. But if you're looking for some leg game, you're not going to get it from Jordan Love. Okay, so he's not a running quarterback. He does occasionally. He gets 1 or 2 in, and that's about it. That's all you're going to get. Josh Jacobs is the must play on this team. He is the guy, all right? So if I'm putting on the Green Bay Packers, I'm playing Josh Jacobs. I love Josh Jacobs. I got him in 2 of my leagues. He is not leaving my lineup at all unless it's a bye week, all right, or something. He gets hurt, anything like that. Josh Jacobs is the guy for me. Now, Green Bay is looking to get giving up 3.5 points. So for me, I feel like Green Bay is going to be on the upside, but I think the underdog takes it. I think the Commanders come in. I think they win this game. I think it's a good game. I think they go over 48.5 points. I think it's going to be a shootout the whole way. I think the average is going to be at least 50 to 52 points in the over. So I'm saying slot these guys. That's going to be Jaden Daniels. Yes, must play. Must play. I would play Jaden Daniels over Jordan Love if you had a choice. If you need Jordan Love, then put him in. He's going to throw the ball. There's going to be yards made. He's going to get some points for you. He got an average of 24 points last week in some of the most leagues between PPR, standard, half PPR, whatever. But Jaden Daniels, he did really good. He did not do that explosive blowout like some quarterbacks did last week, but he did put you a little bit above average, and that's what I want to see because I need that along with all the other things I got going on to help win my leagues. Jaden Daniels 1, Krosky Merritt 2, Deebo Samuel. Green Bay, Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs. If you got to take a flyer, Tucker Kraft. Those guys are the most important guys on these teams for your fantasy football this week on a Thursday game. And I think the Commanders win. All right? So, well, I think that wraps it up, guys. And if you need anything else, give us a shout in our comments. Hey, hit us up on our page. Hit us at SmashMouth Footballerz. SmashMouth1 Footballerz at gmail.com. And look, we'll answer all your questions. Hey, we'll do all kinds of things. We even talk about what you put out there. You say, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Hey, we'll talk about it on our show. We'll bring up those questions. We love to interact with our fans. We can't wait to see you out there. I hope you have a great fantasy week. Until next time, I'm Nic Tate.
Artlist.io.
I shoot my shot and it's clean. This for my city, yeah, this for my team. If you talking and talking me nice, I play with all of my life. You see my name in the lights, better get right, champion. The game is in trouble. I've been in my depth for the piece of the puzzle. I got it for real. Still keep me going. I wake
Music
up
licensing reimagined.
In the field, man of the town. You've been in your fields. I'm adjusting this crown. Call me your majesty. Either that or your tragedy.